Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and another intriguing variant Sudoku today. This one recommended, as another couple recently, by the guys on the Discord server who look at all the puzzles posted and on that server and rate them and sometimes recommend a few to us. So thank you to anybody who's done that work. It always means that we get a very good puzzle, which is unsurprising as this one comes from Lucy Audrin, who so often produces really interesting puzzles. It's just a killer Sudoku, so we'll look at that in a moment. It gives me a lead in to mention the Killer Sudoku app and our 5 other apps that are all still available on the links under the store, the links under the video, and there's also, of course, the Patreon site that you can jump to from there as well and consider joining. That would be kind, as would hitting the subscription button, which we don't often ask for. Anyway, let's have a look at this. It's a killer Sudoku, so normal Sudoku rules apply. The cages give their sums and can't contain any repeats, which I think only matters for that one. But there is one cage which has a strange sum in it. The sum of this cage has to be more than 41. That's it. Do have a go at the puzzle. I'm going to try now. Apparently it's got some very interesting logic. We shall see. And let's get cracking. So let's start with that 41 cage. Now, the intriguing and fascinating fact about all cages, rows and columns is that they add up to 45 because that's the total of the numbers 1 to 9. So we can put a 1, 2 or 3 in there, because if these add up to 42, 3 or 4, that's what we're going to be left with. And that's a very odd start. Now, some of these cages only have 2 possibilities out of 3 or 4 that they would normally have because of where digits are placed. So 6, 8 there. This one is 4, 5 or 3, 6. If it was 4, 5, we would have a 4, 5 pair up there as well, which is interesting. This is either 9, 3 or 5, 7. If it's 5, 7, we know which way round it is because of that 7 that applied here too. Oh, I've just noticed we've got a 5, 4 pair there. So we get a 5, 4 pair in this central box. This, however, still has 3 possibilities. This has multiple. This has 2. If it's 6, 9, it can't be that way round, and if it's 7, 8, it can't be that way round because of those digits. So that's not, it's not produced a lot. This one has 3 possibilities with a 9 and 5, 7, 8. They all seem possible. I'm not going to pencil mark that for now. What on earth do we do here? I can see 1 is a little restricted up here into those 2 cells. And down here. No, it's not. It can be in the 12 cage, no bother. So that's not true. If this was 7 and 1, that would put a 7 here. And that would put 1 in the 7 cage. And that would put a 1 in the center. That's interesting. It would also put a 1 here, actually. If it was 6, 2, then this is a 6, 1 cage. That also puts a 1 there. I don't know what that means about the central box this time. The central cell. I don't think that fixes it, but the problem is this can also be 5, 3. Now that gives us 4 and 5. It doesn't really do anything to this. I thought maybe we were going to be able to prove 1 went there just by forcing it into this cage all the time, but it didn't work out. actually, despite the fact that ones are so few in this grid. Oh, yeah. Right. These are the positions for 1 in rows 3 and 7. It can't be anywhere else in those rows. Oh, and look where the positions for 1 are in the central row. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, I think I called this a jellyfish last time I did it, but it's actually a swordfish, isn't it? When you get 3 rows and columns. Now, bang. Now, the fact that 1 is restricted to those rows, to those cells for those 3 rows, means that there must be 3 1s in the purple cells, and therefore, in those columns, there is no 1. So, there is no 1 in this 7 cage, and that comes down to 2 possibilities. There is no 1 in this 8 cage. Isn't that gorgeous? There's no 1 in the 12 cage now. I mean, it's still got, well, it's got 3 possibilities now. 2, 3, 7, 2, 4, 6, and 3, 4, 5. So where are 1s going now? So that is right. Now they are in these 2 cells. And these 2, because they can't be in the 12 cage. Yeah, that's right this time. And these 2, there's this weird symmetrical disposition of 1 possibilities in those 4 cages, boxes. Oh, and I haven't come down to any single thing though. Now, if that was to, oh, do these 2 have to share a pair? Do they have to share either 2 or 3? That's what I'm wondering. If this is, because I'm wondering if that will give us the number here. If this is 2, 5, no, it can't be 2, 5. If it's 3, 5, you get 4, 5, 3, 4, then you have to have a 3 here. If it's 2, 6, it doesn't have the same effect. And can this still be 3, 4 if that's 2, 6, which will kill my knowledge of this cell? You get a 5 there and a 4 there. Oh, it can. So what does happen to 1s? If that's a 1, then the 1 in column 7 must be there. Then the 1 in column 3 must be there. Then we get a 1 here. And a 1 here. Still left with an X-wing of 1s in the middle. But if instead there's a 1 here, that's a 1. Oh, but these 2 could be either way around. I thought I was about to rule 1 out of the central cell, which would be interesting. Can there be a 1 in the central cell? Then these 2 both have to be 1s, and these 2, yeah, they certainly can. This is absolutely fascinating. Right, 6, I can see suddenly, is confined to those 2, and therefore those 2. Doesn't do anything. So what else is going on? Come on. There's got to be something to find here. This is fascinating. I mean, I would have thought that a killer Sudoku with all these given numbers was going to be easier than most hard killers. But actually, this is monstrous in my view. But maybe I just don't understand this sort of puzzle. That's quite possible. I just want to get one of these pairs figured out. This gives me a virtual 4-5 pair. I know that. Whichever way this settles, with that, we must use 4 and 5. But what that is telling me, I have no idea. No, I don't know what that's doing. This, I just don't think it's interesting yet. I don't know where to go here. Oh, 6 in that pair, for good grief. Like, well, how can I do that? How can I enter these 6s as determined and not realise that fixes this cage? Right, number in the grid, that'll do. 5 there, now we're going, now we're moving. 3 or 4 here. That is now a 7 and 5. Oh, goodness me. Sorry to be so slow. 6, 1, 5. Yes, that's up here. Now, 3 in there and 3 in there. We get a 3 in the center circle, which is not a 1. That is a knowledge bomb. 3 is not 1. That doesn't really resolve this 1's issue, annoyingly, because there are still 2 layouts possible, I believe. That's one of them. In fact, let's color that in a different color. And then purple can be the other possible layout, which will make those purple. So 1's are either in the orange or the purple there. And there's still some sort of X-wing of 1's in these cells to sort out. Ah, not there, obviously, in the 20 cage. But, yeah, but we don't know. I mean, that would be useful if I knew this wasn't a 1. We could place a 1 in the row. But I don't. And what's going... Oh my goodness God. Okay, that is incredible. Look at these 3's. 3's are confined to these cells. Now, same again in row 3 and 7. Where do 3's go? This is magical. Honestly, this is magical. 3's in row 3 and 7. I don't know where they go, but I do know they go in those cells. And I do know that the 4 3's that have to go in row 3, 4, 6, and 7 are therefore in these yellow cells. And therefore 3 cannot be anywhere else in those 4 columns than in those cells. That's amazing. That means this is not a 3-6 pair. Now we do get 4 and 5 up here. Actually, there are other cells that cannot have a 3 in, and I am going to highlight them. Look at these ones. All of these greens cannot have a 3 in because of what we just discovered there. I'm going to highlight them again because it is so fantastic. 3's are confined to those cells in those rows. Brilliant. Anyway, so 3 is not in this 12 cage, and nor is 1. I think that means it's 2, 4, 6. I don't think it can be anything else. And now 5 in the box is there. Ooh. Is there. 5's. Oh, look, 5 and 5 are done for columns 7 and 8. So we can put a 5 in there as well. 2, 4, 6, 5. That's amazing. Right, I'm going to ungreen those. Green remains not able to be a 3, which feels interesting. Got a 1, 2, 8, 9 quadruple in the central box. 7, 5, 3, 4, 6. How could I not spot what that 6 was doing for me for so long? Ah, 7 is now in one of these two. 8 is in one of those two. Oh look, this 20 cage can't contain 4, 5 or 6 now. So it's got to be 3, 8, 9. That means this can't be an 8 because 8's in one of those two for the box. 7 is down in one of these and therefore one of those 3. 6, 5, 2, 4, 5, 8, 1. No. Still don't know what this is as a cage. Contents. Ah, come on, come on. Oh, now 8 is in one of these 3 cells in box 2. Oh, certainly still not done. I mean, it's absolutely fascinating how this has been working. 2, 4, 6, 5, 8, 7, 1. That is 3 or 9. That's all that's left because 2's in the cage. 6. I can place a 6 up here. Okay, didn't realize that. 6 in one of those two. Oops, one of those two. I'm trying to put a 6 in the corner. There we go. Now, there's either a 9 or a 7 there, which is going to put either a 9 or a 7 here. I don't know what to do with that. I think 6 has been resolved here though. That's a 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That can be 1, 2, or 9. Oh, come on, is there something? Yes, 8 is in one of these two that I hadn't seen before. And therefore, one of these 3, but I don't know. 4? No. It's very hard to know what numbers are going to help at this point. Just need to keep picking things off. 7 and 7. So 7's in one of those. And 4 is in one of those. I don't know if that makes it more likely or less that that's a 4-7 cage. Cannot tell. Seven in the top row can only be in one of those two positions, which feels interesting but not conclusive, obviously. Sorry about this, I'm getting a bit stuck again here. Just don't know what questions to ask. This puzzle is astonishing in the way that it keeps working like this. Could that be a 2? I wish I knew whether this was 4-7 or 2-9, but I can't see a way to tell. Oh, 3-8-9. Do I know more about this than I'm realizing? 8 can be there, but then 8 needs to be there. Alternatively, 8 could be here with an 8 in one of those two. It's not very adventurous. Now, 3s. Don't know. Well, these can't be 3. I'm including that one because one of those 3 must be a 3 and they all see it. So they can't be a 3. So 3 is... Oh, look at this top row. 3, 7, 8 and 9 to place. And I'll tell you why that's interesting. Because, not because that can't be an 8, but because we get a 3, 7, 8, 9 quadruple in box 2. So we know where the 7 is. It is here. Good grief. So we've got a 1, 2, 6 triple left. That can't be a 7. 3 and 9. We're either putting 9 in a corner or 3 is going to lose its religion in a corner. What does that? Oh, look at this. 8 can't be in this cell. That's beautiful. Because where does 8 go in the top row then? It goes here, and then you can't put 8 in the middle box. That's fantastic. Right, so a 6 there. I mean, at this stage of this puzzle, for that kind of deduction to still be available is incredible, or necessary, which I believe it is. Now, why have I got 6 in the corner of this? Yes, it's the only place in the row it can go, so that is a 6, and this isn't. 6, so that's not a 6. 6, the only 6s left are in these, in that X-wing. 6, come on, keep going. I bet there's still something monstrous to do here. Oh my goodness, what a puzzle. Two, 3 or 9 there. Oh, 9 there. Yes, I should have used that. 3 in the corner, as predicted, almost. Does that sort this one out? No, I don't think it does at all. What about this 3? 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 1, 7, 9 to place in this box. It's not very helpful. Oh, 3 is now in one of these cells though. Maybe that, and 3 must be, yeah, that means that these aren't 3, so 3 is over here. That was the whole point of what we were doing earlier. So this now has to be 7 or 9, which is quite weird, to such an unused cell to come down to only 2 possibilities. 6, 9, 1. 4 is either there or there. 8 is definitely in one of these 2. This can still be 2, 4 or 7 as far as I can see. Come on, what can we do with this? I don't know what to do. I mean, this, if this is 4, 7, that's a 2. Is that? We've got 1, 3, 9 to place. One, 3, 9, 2, 8, 4, 5. So if that's 4, 7, then we get a 7 here, 8 there. I don't know what that's doing. If this is a 2 though, we get a 2 here, we get a 2 in here. Now all the oranges are 1s. So we get a 2 here. Oh, and there's nowhere for a 2 to go in column 1. Oh, that's okay. I don't know if this is the necessary step, but it works and I'm going to use it, I can tell you. Right, what I'm saying is if this is a 2, we get a 2 here in the 12 cage. We get a 2 here in the purple. We also get a 2 there, which is quite important. Now, if that happens, all the oranges have become 1s because one of the purples has become a 2. And therefore, this is not a 2, and there's nowhere for a 2 in column 1, which breaks. I mean, I could see that, but my goodness, that is not straightforward. There might be a more straightforward path here, but what I'm finding is that's not a 2. Now, I know that that's useful because I know that it takes... Now this cage can't be a 4-7 cage or it would break that cell. So it is a 2-9 cage. Let's take the corner marks out as well. And that means this is a 3, and that does get us some progress, surely. 8-9 pair, this is a 3. I still haven't actually resolved how that 8-9 works, so maybe this isn't quite as... Please let this be a bit more helpful than I'm thinking. This is 2, 6, 3, 4, 5, 8, 1, 7, or not 9 because there's that pair. 3, 8, 6. This is a naked single, beautiful naked single. 2, 9, 6, 5, 8, 3, 4, 7 are all seen by this cell. It's a 1, and 1 is in the purple. Let us take out all the purple and orange shading, colouring, which is so unnecessary now. In fact, what were these greens doing? They were being not 3s, so I'll get rid of that as well. Right, so 1s are done in most of these boxes, so that's not a 1, that's a 7. 4 in the corner, 2 there. These can't be a 1. That can't be a 1. Anywhere else, that can't be a 1. This 2 and 1 have been resolved. That's even better. So this is a 2, 8, 9 triple along here. This is a 3, 7 pair now. That's a 9. 1, 3, 5, 6. This is the only place left for a 7. Yes, that's right. 4, 8 pair there. This is 2 or 9. 6 or 8 here. Those can't be 1 or 8. That's good. They're a 2, 9 pair. That can't be 2 or 9. Ooh, it's still not resolved. I can't believe it's not going to resolve now. 3 and 2, I can place them. And 8 and 7, and I can place them. So I think columns 7 and 8 are getting fully done now, which is very pleasant. Now we've got 7 and 8. Yes, I can do those. This can't be a 7. We've got 2, 3, and 9. 9, 2, 3. And I can do columns 4 and 6 now, which is gorgeous. 8 and 9, and that's in the 20 cage. So now I can move over to the left side and hopefully finish off here. What an incredible puzzle that has been. Really impressive setting. Wow. Oh, I'm delighted to get through that. I mean, I just cannot explain how clever some of that was. Again and again. I'd love to know if there was something slightly better than that 2, which I know people will call me out for effectively bifurcating, but it was really pretty, even what it did as well. I love that puzzle. It's so clever. I hope I said that if I get a link by the end of the day to this in our software, I will publish that. The software wouldn't render this central cage properly when I was trying it, so I had to do this in the old software. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope very much to see you again soon on Cracking the Cryptic, and bye for now.